Yeah. So, in the last video, we learned about blocks. We were doing introduction to our blocks. So, in the last video, we learned about events, controls, and motions. So, we learned what are the event blocks and what are the control blocks and what are the motion blocks. And now we are going to learn about looks and sound and maybe sensor. So now let us start with the video. That is, we will learn about looks. So what are looks? Looks means to do some specific task which we can see from our eyes, without doing it silently, do it in the normal form, like moving forward or thinking or doing something like that. So now let us start with understanding that. So now we have a say hello for 2 seconds. So this is not just hello. You can say anything, or you can give any message which will be understandable to our robot, and you can use that. But if you want it to have some timing, like you want the robot to talk for only these many seconds, you will be using these value to give time input also. But if you don't want any timing, you just want to say hello, or you just want to say some message before starting or after ending or in the middle, you can use this block. Now, the similar to saying while thinking, if you want your robot to think and you want to see how it is thinking, you will be using these blocks. So think like, what do you want to say? What is the number while thinking? Sorry, what is the message while thinking? Is you will be using this block. But similar to time, sorry, similar to saying, while thinking, if you wanted to think for a certain time, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 10 seconds, or any as much as your value, then you'll be using this block. So if you just want to do it for like a fraction of time, then you will be using just thing without any timing. So now we have switch costume to costume number one. So like if you have made some costume for your robot, so after doing some task or before doing the task, you want to switch the costume to some other costume which you have made named as costume number one. You will be using this block. So after using this, after switching the costume, you want to choose or to go to the next costume, we will be using next costume wala block. Now, we have switch backdrop to backdrop 1. As we have seen in events, when backdrop switches to backdrop 1, how does it switch without having any backdrop? This is where we will be using the backdrops. So now, it is same similar to the costume. Like changing the costume to costume one, this will be like changing backdrop to backdrop one. And here, after switching or before switching, you can choose to go for next backdrop in our program or block program which we will be doing. So after doing that, if you want to change the size of the robot or anything, you will be using this block and you will be giving the command like what exactly needs to be changed, the robot size or the screen size, or the step size. You can be all the sizes which can you want to change, or you want to do some changes in size, you can use this block. And now we have set size to 100%. As we know that 100% is a default percentage for any size or any volume whichever we will be using. Now you if you want to change that to 100, or you want to reduce it to 50, or you want to change that size to more than 100%, we can use this regardless of whatever value we are entering in this block. Now we have is changing color. So now it is not just changing color. Like after changing color, you need that effect, right? How much percentage of color effect needs to be changed? So this will be like 25% or 35%, or you just want it to change 1 or 2%, you can use that. These percentage here will be calculated in pixel for computer, but for you it isn't um, numerical values. So now we have set color effect. So this is changing. Before changing, you need to set the color effect, right? So you can set the color effect to your, you know, any, you can set the color effect to whatever the value you're using. And we have clear graphic effects. So if you're using these graphic effects and after certain task, you don't want to use these colors and graphics, then you can clear all those graphics after doing that certain task. So that is we will be using this clear graphic effect wala block, and we have other two blocks which is show and hide. So if you want something to be shown, the task or some performance which you need to be shown in your program or in your command, you can use the show block. And if you want it to be hidden, you might have seen in some banking platforms, where we'll be hiding our balances and hiding some numbers or hiding some values, we'll be using this block to hide those. So after using these blocks, what we have is like not only blocks, like we can make some layers too. Like if you have some layers like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, so go front or back for that layer, and go forward or backward to layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Like that, we'll be using these to go to go front or backward or go forward from or go backward to the layers. So this is where you'll be using. So now we have his costume number and backdrop number. So as we say that costume number one or backdrop number one will be using these blocks to give the numbers for those costumes and backdrops. So before using that, if these blocks can be used in these kind of blocks, that is if and do if there is a costume number whichever you're selected, and change the costume to some other block, something like that. And backdrop is also same as costume. And this size is used to report the current size in the progress. So if there is this size, do this task. So that is where we'll be using this size value block. And now going forward to sound, like before we just used to move. Sound is completely new for us now. So where exactly we'll be using sound? So now you can use the sound blocks before or after or in between the task which you have which you are performing, and or which you have commanded. So now first block, it says that play sound meow until it's done. So now we have two sounds in this, that is meow and pop. So this block, if you use, it will be playing sound whenever the robot makes some movement. Like if you have said that play sound pop until it's done. So if robot moves one step, then it will pop, and if it is moving many steps, as much as steps it is moving, it will be making sounds. And after that, what we have is in sound, we can start sound. So that is before starting. This block you can place anywhere in your project. Like you can place it in the front, or you can place it at the end, or you can place it in the middle. So that is where this block will be used. The first one. But the second one will be like it is used to start some sound. Like you want to start with meow, and you want to change sound to pop in the middle, or you want to start with pop and change to meow, we'll be using this. What is the starting sound is just what you're telling in this block. And now, after doing some task, you don't want the sound. Now you said you told in a command that play sound while moving forward 10 steps, and after that, you want to turn left and move forward. But after turning left in this point, you don't want any sound. You just want to go silently from here. That is where will this block takes place, and that is where this block will come. So now, after coming to this point, all the sounds will stop, and your task will be performed as per your program. And next we have is pitch effect by 10. So as we have seen that color, this is pitch. So what is pitch? Pitch is nothing but the sound effects. So if you want to change that effect, like pan, left or right, something like that, if you want to change those effects by any numerical value, you can use this block. And this is volume. So as we have seen in the events that loudness, when loudness is greater than 10, do some test. So this is where this is just a 10. So this is just an event which we are telling that. But here is where we'll be using adjusting the actual sound, that is volume, as we will do it in a phone, mobile phones and laptops and all the electronic devices, and set volume to 100%. This is used to set the volume to certain percentage, like we do in a mobile phones and laptops. So this is how these all blocks will be working. And this volume block is similar to look. Look in look we have a size. This volume block in size block is the same thing. It is just to report some current value for the robot. Like this is the current volume, or this is the current size. So this is where these blocks comes in. So now we have learned everything about looks and sounds. Until now we have learned about events, controls, and motions, and looks and sounds. So in future we'll be learning about sensors, and we will learn how to do some cool stuffs, cool projects with help of these blocks. So till then, see you in the next video, future robot builders.